Sit back, strap in, and get ready for After Hours with TC Restani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Restani!
Alrighty there. Welcome to the After Hours of TC Restani, the podcast. I'm TC Restani, emanating from the palatial podcast penthouse here at Restani Production for another fun-filled episode of After Hours. I'm going to go around the dais and interview my esteemed panel of experts. Plus, we have a special in-house guest.
I wish I knew he was going to be here because I just remembered I found something in my archives that I have to give him.
Well, we'll have to
I
wait
might
till
have to swing by later when I leave. I'll
the
swing
loop?
back. Yeah.
All right.
Because I got to give this to you.
Of course, that is my mentor,
We know
Mr.
who.
Ricky Bittman. You know, he
Mr.
is
Loudmouth himself.
Mr. Loudmouth himself. And of course, on the other end of the podcast penthouse table is the QB, the milkman himself, Quincy Briscoe.
And how you doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic. And making his debut on the program in person, none other than the infamous Qwest.
How do? Pleasure to be here.
Mr. What was it again? I forget. Mr. What night?
Well, this is radio, you know. You have to explain what you're doing.
The right hand thumb goes to the ear, and the finger goes up.
Okay. And you don't hit the table, as we told you before.
Yep.
Mr. Thursday night.
learning.
Thursday night.
Debut.
Mr. Thursday night. That's
Mr.
what it was.
Thursday
I was
night,
on Quest show.
Were you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember I had my Spam bowling shirt on. There's a famous picture he did in the cover of a magazine and everything.
Wow.
Yes.
I always had a good time when I got down there.
No, it was a good time.
They were a great crew down there. And
16 years. It was excellent. I miss it.
And you're back here on the East Coast visiting, and you are now residing out in sunny California, Northern California.
Northern California, yes.
Wow. Can you name the town that you're in?
It's an hour from San Francisco.
Wherever it is. So just go to San
North.
Francisco and go north, and you'll find Qwest.
for about an hour.
Are you near the Bohemian Grove?
I am, actually.
We talked about it on the last
Yeah,
episode.
Did said
you?
he would
I'm
be
about
there.
25 minutes from there.
Have you gone down to the Bohemian Grove?
I have tried.
Have you tried to get a job at the Bohemian Grove?
I have filled out an application just last week.
Did you want to go in there and see Moloch the owl?
I wouldn't mind. My significant other does enjoy owls.
Okay, well, this is a giant stone owl.
I don't think I'll be taking that one home.
Okay, well, that's where they do the cremation of care, the mock child sacrifice in July during the 2-week retreat for the global elite.
Yes, I don't know if I'd approve of that. I like children.
Well, it's like the movie, because Jeff used to talk about it. It's like that fucking scene in Beastmaster.
I've just never felt more like Quincy in my life. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
The Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, but with the child.
I told you that last week. It
You
was-
didn't get into stone owls and child sacrifice.
Oh, well, maybe we didn't go. All right. So basically, the cremation.
You just
of-
said Quest would thrive there.
Okay, fine. Well, he would thrive there. So, not about burning
about children,
Not about
but-
burning children, but.
Well, this is the first I heard about burning children.
Okay, so the Bohemian Grove began in like 18-something, right?
Yeah.
And it's where the global elite meet for 2 weekends in July, midsummer. And on the 21st of July,
Yeah.
they do a mock sacrifice of a child in effigy, and they wear like Undertaker druid robes and carry the
Why
sticks.
a child, though?
Because that's the way the Bohemians used to do it.
Back in the day.
Elite? Oh.
The global elite.
Does this have anything to do with Bohemian Rhapsody?
I don't think so. I mean, people like
Great movie, by the way.
People
Yeah.
like Kissinger used to go there, and the Bushes, and all these.
Really?
Look it up. Alex Jones infiltrated it.
Alex Jones.
in the summer
Check out
of
YouTube.
2000. He snuck in there with a lipstick camera and covered the whole
I
thing.
remember you saying that. Okay.
Right.
Well,
He
I bet
kept
did
getting the
that.
same video shots, though. He didn't get too much difference.
Well, he was a ways away,
yeah, he was, but he
did
coulda
it.
did different angles.
Dark Secrets inside Bohemian
But he
Grove.
got in there, God bless him, and he was nervous as anything getting out.
And now Qwest lives like the street over.
Just 25 minutes. I tried to
Wow.
go down, and in July, there is so much security on the roads down there.
I bet.
You
It's
cannot
the-
get within a mile of it.
See?
The global elite.
I drove down there during Christmas just to see if I can get in because I didn't think anyone would care. And we did the Christmas drives and with all the lights. And then I tried to make that turn, and still there was somebody
Really?
standing
You
there.
can't get in there.
You cannot get down that road.
Unless you're a global elitist, you can't get in
going
there.
And it's
on?
all fenced off. You can try to go through the woods because there's a beautiful waterfall in that area that you can walk to. It's a 1.5 mile hike. But if you try to turn right to try to get into their property, it's all fenced off.
So there's always someone there then.
Always.
Always.
Right.
And they have watchtowers.
Yep.
With guns?
Guns.
Most likely. I have not seen any, so I will not divulge that information.
But I'm just saying, he's the first person I know that has actually lived in the vicinity
that's true.
of the
I guess
Bohemian
that's-
Grove.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
Driven within a mile of it. Wow.
So when we go out and visit him, we should go to Bohemian Grove.
It's a beautiful area.
It's not like no one knows about it. Everybody there knows about it.
Yeah.
But they just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It's like Peanut Butter Club.
You cannot talk about Peanut Butter Club. Even I know that in the West Coast.
I'm not going to talk about it.
You can't.
This sounds like Kinjite, the movie I just watched with Charles Bronson.
Oh, maybe he's been to the Bohemian
Forbidden
Grove.
Desires.
I haven't seen that in 10 years, but I did see it.
Great movie.
So we have a kinship now with a fellow podcast that's called This Week in Charles Bronson, and their tagline is "I heart violence" with a little picture of Charles Bronson in the hot.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic.
You have to listen to the episode where they talk about Death Wish 3, which has become...
Oh, great movie.
Really, and they talk about it as if they were like on Robert Osborne on Turner Classics, dismantling Gone with the Wind. They give it such reverence and beauty, and they dissect the entire film. This guy and his buddies, Eric Todd out of Philadelphia, and I sent him his mug.
I heard.
So we should be hearing from him.
That was one of the first VHS sets that I ever bought, Death Wish.
Wow.
It wasn't the first, but it was one of them.
They are great movies.
Wasn't the best of Randy West your first VHS sets?
No, it was...
Francois Papillon?
It could have been him.
Okay.
Now, did you know that Mr. West passed away not too long ago?
I did not.
I did not know either. He's the one who had to school me on it. I actually cried.
I can't believe I scooped him for once in my life.
Wow.
I said a celebrity died, and
Jeez, he gets stumped.
He was like, "What the?" hell? And finally, I told him. Actually, he guessed. I gave him a million hints.
Right.
And finally said Randy West.
Oh.
Always seemed like a very decent guy.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah, but I was kind of saddened by that.
Yeah.
I met Randy at AVN.
Yeah.
He was all white and stuff. What are you doing down there, Briscoe?
Just untangling the cords.
Okay, you don't have to take the table with you.
So no one trips over it when they run across the table.
Yep, there could be mice.
We never have any problems other than you leaning back and never talking into your microphone.
Don't you have anything to say about Randy West?
Yeah, what about
passing?
Randy West? He passed away last year. He's a legend. He's an entertainer.
Well, what was your favorite Randy West movie?
Oh, geez, there's so
there's
many
so
of them.
many you
I
could
think
name.
Up and Comers 12.
Actually, I know my favorite Randy West movie. Backside to the Future.
Yeah,
Of course it would be,
it
right?
had to be. I don't know if I have a favorite one.
Did you ever see that Backside to the Future?
I might have saw a little bit of Back to the Future here and there.
No. This is Backside to the Future.
Backside. Maybe I did, but remind you, I have a plate full myself that I need to fulfill.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. You would enjoy. You would be great in Backside 17.
I mean, they had a great song, "The Power of Lust."
Power of Lust.
You know,
Similar to the Peter Cetera version.
the power of lust is a crazy thing. Make you smile, it'll make you sing. One thing for sure, it'll spin your head around. The power of lust lift you off.
You
the
have
ground.
the memory. I mean,
20 years have come and
just
gone.
goes.
he's a sick man.
I mean, you know how many times I watched that when I was 15?
I bet you a lot.
I haven't been here in a little over 3 years, and I haven't missed it.
And this is the first time you got a Back to the Future reference since you've been here?
Probably, yeah. This is
Back to the Future, yes, not Backside.
This is
to the
Backside of the Future.
You've already
That's the
talked about
first
that?
in 5 years.
Directed by the legendary Milton Igley.
Ooh,
Milton Igley.
I don't know if he's still kicking or not. Produced by the Zane brothers.
Dear Lord.
I know the Zane brothers.
All right, so.
See, I'm older. I remember the Doc brothers.
Oh, you remember that.
I remember the Doc brothers.
Was Billy D in that?
No, but the man who played Styx on Happy
Yes.
Days was.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, wow.
That was the first one I think me and my buddies got that looked like it was shot on video, like a video camera.
Yeah,
Like
Was
up
it-
until then, we
Was it
still,
shot on 16 millimeter?
No, because
No, it was
the first
it was
ones
like
we
the
wa-
big handheld videotapes.
Because Qwest had a huge collection of those type of movies.
I just make sure they weren't on the shelves so kids couldn't see them.
Right.
Anyone who says they don't is full of shit.
Viper.
Viper, I hated that tattoo. Just saying, I had for research.
Right, well,
It
yeah,
was
you
all
know.
research.
And of course, your favorite of all time, Sharon Mitchell.
Yeah, no.
He brings that up every now and then.
Well, 'cause
no,
I can have
she has
a
made me
conversation
vomit.
Yeah.
with Qwest about this because Jeff is no longer here. He's
is
on
true.
assignment right now, and we can converse over that.
Yeah, I remember that
You can
one.
always get me on the phone if you need any help.
Oh, that's true. There you go.
We should dedicate a whole episode to it.
To Sharon Mitchell.
No. How about Taja Ray? Now that's an episode.
Damn.
Flesh and Fantasy, gotta see it.
what was the other? Hypatia Lee.
Oh, not her, I remember. She still looks good.
Really?
She was the original masseuse before Jenna Jameson was.
Yes.
They have two versions.
Wow.
She's the original.
100% right.
I did not know that.
Yeah. It's a scooping.
She's an Indian, just like Princess Cheyenne.
Right.
She came up on the show. You remember her? Princess Cheyenne, the stripper in the combat zone?
I know of her. I don't know if I had the pleasure.
Well, she's coming. We were talking about her one week, right? All of a sudden, what you know, her biography's coming out.
Wow.
She wrote a book.
Fantastic.
Life story.
I'm trying to write a book myself.
Imagine if we got her in here to talk about her book.
Well, stranger things have happened.
We got to get the other guy on here.
The roast beef guy.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of
I
that,
had a roast beef today for the first
I
time.
bet you did.
from where?
They don't have that
from
in
where?
California.
From where?
No.
I did go to Kelly's because I'm staying up in that area.
Okay, because we're having this guy on, this expert who reviews roast beefs and steak and cheeses and whatnot soon, and one of his favorite places was the one on Route 1 near Cappy's.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's right.
It's now Glenn's Roast Beef.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I know.
It used to be Bill and Bob's.
Some dude we know named Glenn, but
Yeah.
but before that was Bill and Bob's, and you took
Yes.
me there.
I did.
And I had the shits for a month from
But wasn't it tasty?
No, it was horrible. I mean, literally, I had green shits. I was like, wait a minute, did they dye this with food coloring? It was horrible.
Did you not have 3 cheeseburgers after that at McDonald's? No?
No. I didn't like McDonald's. I didn't,
Oh, well, yeah, that was that other kid, CJB.
right. He was, ketchup and mustard
Custard and
only.
mustard, Yep.
Right.
Now, I
No-
think you
no
might
onion pickle.
you might know this cat, now that I'm thinking about it. He wrestled Tommy Dreamer. He's wrestled in ECW. His name is Michael Imondi. He's the real, he calls himself, but Michael Imondi, and he had footage of his...
IOMONDI. Yes, I think I do know him.
Yeah, so he's a wrestling fan. He's wrestled, but he does all these things on North Shore Beefs. He would go ballistic if you said you went to Kelly's.
I went to Kelly's.
He calls it the drizzling shits.
No, well, hey, I had it for lunch today.
Was it good?
And it was really good.
Well, the bathroom is right over there in case you have to go.
I am completely fine.
Well,
I gotta send you. I'll send you the link to his videos. You should watch. It'll make you.
Yeah.
It'll make you think of
it'll-
home too, because he goes to all the places around here.
Okay.
He's really good.
One of my favorites was the Bill and Bob's, but there was the reason why, because my good friend Trey, we used to go there and they had these mugs that were 32 ounces, and they were plastic, and if you gave an extra $1, you get to keep the mug. So whenever you came back, if you bring the mug, your drink is 30 cents.
That's not a bad deal.
Oh,
And they'd be open till 3 a.m. We used to go to the clubs, drive over there for 30 cents. We get a giant mug, so whatever. If you purchased alcohol, you
That's
can
when
flush it out.
That's when the North Shore beef tasted the best after the clubs.
So good.
You know what
With
I was?
onion rings.
You know what I was smarting these two guys up about? You'll recognize this. Why is there so many one ways in front?
The limo driver.
Larry.
Larry.
Why are there so many one ways in Boston?
Nobody does that voice.
And I love this guy. He used to go. I go one way, and then there's the other way. And what was his favorite place?
Oh God, what was his favorite
It
place?
was in Medford.
Yes.
Oh, I remember now.
He used to go all the time, and he lived.
Yes,
he went to
he-
it probably like 12 times a week.
Something chicken, right?
No, Hungry Herbs.
Hungry Herbs, yes. Yes, Hungry Herbs.
I love herbs. Yeah, they don't got any one-way streets in front of that, so it's nice to go to. But I wish they were open. Light, and there's another way. I wish they were open.
We talked about this guy for like 15 minutes one day.
Yeah. Larry was great.
Larry was phenomenal. I used to sit with him a lot.
Yeah.
We did work together part-time, and he was a great conversation. It went slow, but it was a conversation.
Oh, my God.
And he would not stop talking. You think someone who talks that slow
Right.
would end the conversation pretty quick? No.
No, you gotta have. I mean, one ways are going that way. You know, Qwest. When I go out on these one-way streets,
Complaints.
All the time.
At least in New York, it's like a grid. One street goes this way and this way. But in Boston, it was one way this week, and the next week it's going the
Why
other
can't
way.
Malden and Revere be like New York City?
I mean, come on.
Blocking off streets. He hates blocked off streets.
Who doesn't, right?
Screams.
Is Hungry
Another
Herbs,
block party.
is Hungry Herbs open right now?
They went under.
You want anything there? No, I'm all set, Larry. Thanks. All right, I got this. Steak tips are the best in the world. That was Larry. That was 100% Larry.
Yes, it was.
Well, one of his North Shore beefs actually that was considered passable is right down the road, Liberty Bell. That got very good remarks from him.
Really? You go there quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I like Liberty
loved
Bell.
Liberty Bell. I used to go there too for roast
Liberty,
beef.
Liberty. No, it's a different Liberty.
I like the cheeseburgers there though.
Yeah,
Cheeseburger
everything there's.
sub.
It's probably the one place I go where I've ordered like maybe 6 different things on the menu. You know, a place you go, it's just you get the same thing there.
And they have a decent fish and chip.
Yeah.
You can't really find a decent one. They
Nice
had a
big
good one.
piece of fish too.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow they'll all be selling a lot of that. All the Catholics will be going on to have their Friday fish.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be getting my sauteed shrimp at Peter Wu.
Well, that's because you don't eat anything with a real face.
Well, I don't think the shrimp has a face.
That's exactly, yeah.
Well, it has eyes.
I stand by that.
Well, you know.
It doesn't have a face.
Whatever.
Antennas and eyes.
But we're going to try to get this guy on the show. If we can know a night in advance, we could say, hey, we're going to be here for the next 3 Thursdays. Pick one.
We will definitely do that.
When you get that, you got to let me know because I think he thinks we're not interested.
No, we're definitely interested,
Have
100%.
Have roast beef from 3 different places and have them taste them all.
He probably would do that.
What is that?
Abby from the tower is telling us.
She wants a roast beef sandwich?
She probably wants a roast beef sandwich.
I don't blame her.
I think she's ever eaten a roast beef sandwich.
Oh, 100%.
You think so?
100%. She's from England, for
At
crying
least
out
half
loud.
of one.
True. Huh?
At least half of one.
No,
Yeah.
no. She's a
I
good
like
eater.
a woman who can really eat, you know.
She's a good eater.
All right, that's good.
So you got notes again in front
Well,
of you.
I mean, I just, so things were like...
you did not know that Qwest was going to be
I didn't,
here.
and let me just see if there's anything worth
Little
mentioning.
kayfabe in here?
Oh, 100%.
I do have a game,
A game.
but want to do that later?
Scrabble?
What's the game? Describe
All right,
the game.
So on social media now, you know how we're friends with Eddie Deason, the famous actor?
Yes.
Eddie Deason.
Did a birthday
nerd.
greeting for
Gave
me.
a birthday greeting to TC.
right?
I did see that.
Yeah, so did
And
I.
he's very supportive of his fans and his friends on Facebook. And he always will, in addition to posting about his signings and he does a lot of puns and jokes and reviews of old movies. He posts very positive and supportive little, I guess you'd call them memes.
Memes.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's a good question.
What's a meme, Quincy?
I
Yeah.
know. You tell me what's a meme.
MEME. Mimi.
Mimi.
No, that was-
Mimi's is closed.
Mimi, it was another place that sold roast beef
Oh, yeah, that
sandwiches.
was a
That
good
was
place.
my favorite
Yeah.
place.
And
That
Malden
was-
Square.
That was a late place,
you're
too.
telling
That
me-
was late. That was 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You tell me a roast beef place is named after the Roadrunner. Meep meep.
Well, that's Meep Meep. Yeah, that was my favorite with a cheeseburger sandwich.
I know. I was there many
Fantastic.
times with you.
Yes.
You had to park in that parking lot next to that Renner Center.
Yeah, or next to Dockside.
Right.
Or right at the curb and have the lady run in for you.
Yeah.
But when we went, there was no traffic. I was like fucking 1 in the morning.
Yeah. All the time.
I was telling TC one time, I was such a pig at one time that I actually went to Kelly's after midnight Thanksgiving morning.
Ooh.
The night before the biggest meal of the year.
Yes.
So Wednesday night.
Yes,
slash
it was a
Thursday
Wednesday
morning.
night. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm so hungry leaving. I don't know where the hell I was, but I'm like, screw it. I'm going to go to Kelly's. And like the guys were like, it was a kind of a snowy night a little bit, like the snow. They're like standing behind the thing just watching this idiot. Who's the one person coming in for a roast beef sandwich on Thanksgiving Eve?
Because remember, they were only closed 2 days out of the year. One was Thanksgiving, the other one was
Yeah,
Christmas.
they were probably waiting to close. And I'm
Right.
like, here I
Hey,
come.
if you're open, you're open. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta serve the people.
Well, that's when I was waiting tables, so I was a night owl.
What did
So
you get?
I just probably got a roast beef and fries.
Okay, no onion rings?
No, I wasn't a big onion.
They
ring
got the
guy.
best onion
Oh
rings.
my
they do.
God,
They
that's
do.
what I had today, a roast beef with onion rings.
They do.
You dip
Now,
the
why is it the beach one closes early? Because I went to go there yesterday. That's why I had to have it today.
Yeah, that's the
It
one I
was
went to.
closed.
I don't know.
It was closed at 10.
They're under new ownership.
Yeah, they've expanded
Well,
too.
I don't
They got
like their
them
new
down.
ownership. I mean, I come from the West Coast to get Kelly's.
And they
it's closed.
supposedly changed the grease for the fries, too.
Dude, this guy, he can't stand them. He'll
Really?
go off on Kelly's.
Oh my God, I had the best onion rings today.
That's good to
ever.
know. I'm going to tell
well,
him that.
did you dip them in the tartar sauce?
I did not. They didn't give me any.
We have to ask for it.
I asked for it. I said ketchup and tartar, please.
Because that's the
I
best.
opened the bag. It was
the
empty.
best way to eat Kelly's onion rings is with tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce is good on anything.
You remember that
I agree.
the day we met Leave It to Beaver, we went to Kelly's on Route
That's
1.
right. Yeah. We had to stop there and get some food.
And I got
It was like
the
a
onion
90
rings.
degree day
I got
too.
the onion rings with the tartar
Yeah,
sauce.
it was very good. Good sandwich.
Yeah, we were on a thing with that beaver. How old would you say the beaver was?
The beaver's got to be in his 70s.
He's got to be
easily.
And I just wanted an 8x10. He ran out of his 8x10s. So I have this like giant
11 by
poster.
14. Yeah.
It's huge.
It's like the green photo there.
And he didn't sign it. He didn't personalize it because I was talking to him. Next thing I know, he hands it back to me. And it just says, your friend, Jerry Mathis.
Well, it's worth more.
That's what I guess. So,
Yeah,
what the
without
hell?
your name.
You're not going to frame that thing.
No, it's hanging in my cubicle. At the print
Nice.
shop.
You
What?
desecrated that with push pins?
No, Scotch tape on the back.
Oh, okay. We are a professional then.
Yeah.
You're a professional.
I didn't want to do it like on the front.
I was going to say.
Beaver, you know this report card wasn't right. So
Oh, here
what
we
you
go.
did to keep out of trouble is you took a pen and you changed the D into a B.
Well, hey,
I didn't do that.
I'm a fan of the beaver.
Now, Quincy, were you a little hard on the Beaver last night?
Well, no, that's just a.
You can tell us.
That's just a.
Did you mix up a batch to, what was Mrs. Cleaver's first name? June.
Barbara Billingsley.
June Cleaver.
No, I didn't mix up. No, that's just happened to be one of my
You just gotta be
favorite
fragile with her. That's all.
favorite memories of Leave It to Beaver.
All right, great. All right, that's fantastic. You mixing up a batch to June was your favorite memory of Leave It to Beaver.
Well, that's one of them. You know,
Okay, all right.
You know, with the report card. Without Eddie Haskell, Leave It to Beaver wouldn't have been what it.
You need to have a good bad guy.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but,
Eddie was kind of mean to the beaver.
well,
He
maybe,
was.
like I say to every single TV show, maybe the script was written that you need Eddie Haskell to make Leave It to Beaver what it was. But then they promised Eddie Haskell a job somewhere when Leave It to Beaver was done.
Yeah, well, he became a cop on Leave It to Beaver.
Why are all
cop?
the Eddies bad?
Who's the other Eddie?
There's an Eddie from Stranger Things who was a bad guy in the beginning.
Okay, there was also, remember when Michael on Good Times brought home Eddie and James gave him the Big Mac?
Oh, yes.
Gave him the big spanking.
Yeah, he
that's
brought
right.
him into the back room, said, you need this.
He was Eddie.
And Eddie
Yeah.
Deason.
And Eddie Deason. But Eddie Deason's not,
not
a bad guy. We got 1 out of 4.
The Big Mac, that's a memorable episode.
Right.
Hi, Florida, what the hell you doing?
Okay.
Okay, it's the only line you ever quote from Good Times. But yes, let's hear about this game.
Okay.
We got sidetracked
So
here.
come up with a little game. So Eddie Deason posts these very positive and supportive memes. So what we have to do now is I'm going to read some things. Okay.
Okay.
You're going to have to tell me, is it an Eddie Deason meme,
Right.
or is it a Mother Teresa quote?
Okay, well, too bad our friend John, the autograph collector, was here because he actually met Mother Teresa and got her autograph.
So you got a 50-50 shot. Let's just see who wins. I only
right.
did 4 of them.
I'm
for
in
you.
this?
Yeah.
Oh, you're definitely in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I'm new. Give me a break.
Yeah.
You're not
So what's to
new.
do? Qwest,
Well, I'm new to the podcast.
Qwest, and TC. And you want a referee? You'll be the referee.
I'll try. So what is it you want me to do?
If they fight, you got to break it up. That's all.
Okay, I'll try. This should be fun.
Hey, I remember having a fight sometime. It was almost like near a water.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
That was the best.
Which one was that? My mind is blank.
You and all your cable access freaks.
Oh, that guy. What was that fool's name?
Hug a tree, sucker.
What was that fool's name?
Was it Buford?
Bocephus Jenkins.
Bocephus.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was my favorite was cable access freaks.
Cable access freaks.
Make some movies.
And then
On the beta.
somebody pointed out Doc McMurphy's line when McMurphy goes, "He appears to be some sort of hillbilly."
Some sort of hillbilly. All right, Quincy, you got the pinstripes on there. You are the referee.
So these guys fight. all right?
If we go at it, we may go at it because we used to argue a lot about stupid things in the past.
And we had to
right.
pull over in the middle of Medford to stop laughing.
All right.
Oh, I remember that one.
That night was amazing.
I wish I had Depends that night.
Then let's get this show rolling.
Woo.
All right,
All right, fair enough.
So we'll just see who wins. Who gets the most
Okay.
points. You get
All
bragging rights. All right.
Fantastic.
All right.
Brag all the way back to the West Coast.
Speak life into others. Encourage their dreams. Support their ideas. Point out their strengths, their talents, their potential. Sometimes all it takes is one person to remind us that we are capable. Did Eddie Deason say it,
Well, Mother Teresa.
or did Mother Teresa say it?
Well, they are similar. They are both. They're both saintly.
Yeah, I agree.
But that one, I think that may have been an Eddie Deason quote.
Okay, Qwest, what do
A
you think?
meme, sorry.
You want to hear it again if you want?
No, I got it. I'm going to go with Mother Teresa on this.
All right, well, TC got it that time. That was Eddie
Okay.
Deason.
That was Eddie Deason.
I should have known the first question.
All right. What seems to us as bitter trials are often blessings in disguise.
I'll let you go on that one.
I'll take Mother T.
Okay, TC?
I'm going to have to agree with my compadre. I'm going to say that's Mother Teresa.
Okay, nobody gets a point on that one.
That was Eddie?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Usually she was good for short quotes.
Well, she
That's why I was
was
leaning that
a
way.
short
and she
woman.
was short. Yeah, she was
short.
very tiny. The best gift you can give yourself is to walk away from someone who doesn't value you.
I would have walked away from Quincy a long time ago.
I got a bunch of these, so it could be anything.
All right, this one. All right, you know what? This one, Quincy, because you gave me that look, I'm gonna go. This one, damn it, is Mother Teresa.
Okay,
I'm going Eddie.
Okay, TC 2-0.
Dang it.
Empty.
All right. I wish anyone who reads this wakes up tomorrow with unexpected blessings, a heart full of peace, and a mind free of worry. Eddie Deason or Mother Teresa?
Who started this?
I think it shows.
Can you repeat that, please?
Okay.
What about a game show? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I wish anyone who reads this wakes up tomorrow with unexpected blessings, a heart full of peace, and a mind free of worry. Eddie Deason or Mother Teresa?
I want to go ED.
Okay. Erectile dysfunction for Qwest?
Yes.
I got the little blue pill for that. I'm also going to go with Eddie Deason.
And you're both wrong. That was Mother Teresa.
Dang it. I was going to say it too. Because it sounded too much like Eddie.
The only person who will ever know what truly makes you happy is yourself. So, remember, no matter what anyone says, you are the only one who holds the key to your own happiness. Did Eddie Deason post that, or did Mother Teresa say that?
MT said it.
Okay.
I think probably wrong, but I'm going to go with Eddie.
Okay. TC 3-0. He's killing
Stop
you,
it.
Qwest. He's killing you. That was an Eddie Deason.
I got to go to church more.
All right. Never ignore a person who cares for you, because someday you'll realize you've lost a diamond while you were busy collecting stones.
Kidney stones?
Kidney stone.
I know someone who had them, but
Me too. Me. I'll let our guest guess.
Never ignore a person who cares for you, because someday you'll realize you've lost a diamond while you were busy collecting stones.
I got to go Eddie.
Okay.
Mother T.
TC 4-0.
Hey, I'm consistent.
All right, I got 2 quotes left.
You know,
I'm
she
just
lived in the
gonna-
gravel.
That's it? Just two?
Two quotes left. I'm just going to do one.
Didn't she live in the gravel pits of Calcutta?
You got me. I don't know.
All right, that's what I heard.
I heard she was loaded, though. She had a lot of cash.
Really?
Yeah.
She drank a lot.
This is a short one.
Okay.
A clarity that hurts you is better than the hopeful confusion that holds you.
Okay.
A clarity that hurts you is better than the hopeful confusion that holds you. Is that Eddie Deason or Mother Teresa?
I'm going to go with Eddie Deason on that one.
I'll take Mother.
5-0. TC wins. Boom.
Told you. I am consistent. I planned it that way. I knew every answer.
And let's also hear it up for Quincy, the referee
The
on
referee
that one.
kept these guys from fighting.
You know,
Thank you.
we could have went
He
at
had
it.
a
We,
very intimidating arm fold.
Thank you very much.
we could have thrown gravel dirt at each other from the gravel pits of Calcutta.
I figure we hadn't played a game in a while. So
We
I
haven't
figured,
played.
what the
Well, Quincy
hell?
requested bingo again tonight, but
Somewhere along the line, that
Yeah.
but we can only do that when Bulls here, because it's
Ringo bingo.
Ringo bingo.
Ooh, good point.
All right. Well, on the night that we don't have anything important lined up, but we always have important things. You got to admit, bingo was fun. So when things we don't have anything especially important, maybe we could play another game of
You never
bingo.
know.
Because bingo was his name.
Name-o. Now,
We were doing a thing for a while where we were making up. We were doing like the old Howard Stern show, the Mike Walker game. We took 3 truths about celebrities, or 2, and one of them was fake, and I made up. And what was one of them? That Jerry Reed got fooled by Robbie Wrist.
Right, Robbie Wrist, yeah.
on a ham radio.
And Jeff won all those.
Yeah, he did. Jeff murdered him.
Well, that one's kind of stupid, so I'm going to think that was that.
I just can't see Robbie Wrist going that far with the joke.
I'm getting through my earpiece from.
Uh-oh.
Oh, her again?
We got to go through a big time commercial break, and then we'll be back with Qwest and the gang.
Hi, I'm Tori Black, and you're watching After Hours with TC Restani.
Okay, welcome back from that big time commercial break. I love that Tory Black commertional, by the way.
Isn't that sexy?
It's awesome.
She can give me some of that Parker paint. That's what they call it down south.
Every time I hear the song Back in Black by AC/DC, I think of her. Because I would love to be person said he'd be back in
get
black.
you. I get it.
But we have Qwest here from the West Coast. Qwest, of course, grew up around here in the New England, Boston area. We've known him for 175 years. And this is the first time you've been back on the program since we lost South Boston Jeff.
Yeah.
And you have been on many quests with South Boston Jeff, getting autographs and whatnot. What's your all-time favorite Jeff story?
Well, you already know that.
Well,
I will tell everyone,
But you
but
should
yeah.
tell
I
us.
don't know it. I'm sure it's
There
gonna
was a moment where I was very quick on the draw, you could say, and I'm glad I was because we would not have it immortalized the way we do. There was a moment where Jeff would partake of a certain beverage quite often,
Yeah.
and he had one in his leather jacket.
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
And we were on a quest, like he said, to the lovely city of New York.
Okay.
And we took a train. And it was quite wobbly, but it was, fine. We were fine. And Jeff was not. And Jeff basically started sliding down the seat for some odd reason. And as he did that, a bottle fell out of his leather jacket,
A 40-ounce bottle.
a 40-ounce bottle, and shattered
It looked
on the subway.
It looked like a firework.
It's just like, it's like when you drop maybe like a bowling ball into a lake and it just
And for some weird reason, it looked like it was in slow motion.
yes. And I just happened to grab my phone just in time and you could see another 12-ounce bottle rolling
Oh, dear God.
away from it where he was on the floor because he slid off the seat. They see seatbelts are safety.
And we were going down to get celebrity stalking. That was.
I'm sure.
That was Jeff's ritual driving down there. Were you
Yes.
on the bus the time that he kept throwing he thought he was hitting me with like spitballs, and he kept hitting
Yes,
that blind
yes, I
guy.
was on
Oh,
the
dear
bus.
God.
I was sitting. Who was I sitting with?
Well, it was I think it was just me, you, probably Tippanose,
Tip.
Jeff.
Oh,
Obviously.
I was sitting next to John.
Oh, you were sitting next to John.
Yes.
So we were taking the midnight bus down in New York.
I watched him sleep and scratch.
He was in the back. Jeff was in the seat, the very back near the toilet, and I was like 4 seats in front of him, and everybody in the bus was like, it was a midnight bus down in New
Sure.
York, so this is probably like 2 hours in, somewhere outside of Hartford.
And that ride's what, roughly 4
Oh,
hours?
4 hours, yeah. So all of a sudden, I hear this guy, "What the hell is this?" And he wakes up people on the bus, and he's like, "Who keeps throwing wet napkins at my head?" And then Jeff, being the honest guy, sir, I'm sorry. I was trying to hit my friends that are a couple of, you keep hitting me. And for Christ's sake, I'm blind. And there is a video of Jeff at the Westway Diner.
I was going to say. it has to
And
be-
he was embarrassed, but not. And he was talking about, this was classic. You can watch the video. He goes, wasn't cool of me, me being a Catholic and all, like, what are they gonna have to do hitting some blind
Catholic guilt.
bald guy in the head at 3 a.m. on a Friday?
Catholic guilt.
Yeah, I almost got into a fist fight with this guy.
Graduate from bum fights?
Well, how you gonna get into a fist fight with a blind guy? What are you supposed to go? But like, okay, I can hear you. I can hear you. What are you supposed to do about a situation like that?
The Hulk Hogan of blind people.
Yeah, it wasn't too cool. I wasn't too proud of it.
Do you think you had a shot at beating them?
Yeah, I did, but I would not take that shot. Not me as a Catholic.
But yeah, there was so many Jeff
So you
stories.
guys would bust it down at midnight, and then the first stop would be the diner when you get there? Because what else
Yes.
are you going to do at 4
plus
a.m. in New York?
Yeah, we had to kill a few hours, so
Yeah.
it was the best place to go.
It was the only place to go. It was 24 hours.
Is that still there?
Oh yeah, it's still there.
I have another one that kind of reminisced as we said something, and it was one day that Jeff actually let me join him in his palace of his home,
Wow.
and I went in and met, I'm not sure who, because I couldn't make out what Jeff was saying because he was a bit inebriated.
Yeah, just a bit.
And I was helping him in the door, and he said, "Come on in." And okay. And Jeff said, "This," and he said he wanted to run upstairs to grab me something.
Yeah.
And I proceeded to watch him take every 2 steps, he'd fall forward up the steps. And then he walked a couple more steps and fell forward again. He fell forward at least 4 times going up his stairs. There's only 20 stairs. So you figure, what, every 5? Then he comes down with not 1, not 2, 3 versions of the movie Salo.
Oh.
Made these down at the studio. You got your own copy. You can keep it, or you can give it back. And then there was some other video that he gave me about an Ilsa something, maiden, leather dominatrix. I don't know what it was.
But you never
It
found
was
out
a
who
German movie.
But you never found out who this person was?
No, they were sitting in the dark watching TV. I could not see who the person was.
This is hostage.
I'm going with the dad.
I was not there, so I have no idea.
No, I was going with the dad. Jeff was not making it home that night without a ride.
I thought you were going to say he went upstairs and then forgot you were downstairs and left you
he
with this
came down
person.
pretty quick, which was impressive that he did not fall. Going upstairs, he has problems. Coming down, perfect.
You know what's funny about Salo? I had sort of come across that in perusing something, and I mentioned it, and he perked right up and told me, and I had no idea how well versed he was with it, telling me about the scenes. And
he would call me and talk about the movie. Do you remember seeing that scene?
I couldn't believe
He
it.
showed me the trailer on YouTube once. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, our taste crossed a few times, but Salo, I couldn't do it. I said, I'm not going to do it.
Well, he made that guy a fortune down at the Chiller that sold all these bootleg DVDs.
Oh yeah, he liked those. Yeah,
He would go in there.
$5, $10 DVDs. He was destroying
of shit that no one ever heard of except him.
Yep.
And he almost went insane when he met the guy from Trauma.
Oh yeah,
Kaufman.
Productions.
Something Kaufman, whatever his name is. Whatever the guy's name is. He was like, dude, do you remember?
Kaufman, yeah. What's his first name?
It's not Andy, but
No.
Lloyd Kaufman. Lloyd Kaufman.
Was he the guy in Toxic Avenger or something?
Yes.
No, he was the guy
He was
who
behind it.
He ran the Trauma studio.
He did Trauma
okay.
Productions.
He was the head of Trauma.
Right.
Okay.
So when he saw him, it was like, oh, like God.
Well, who was it that said that he had this incredible knowledge? Eli Roth.
That was Eli Roth
Yeah,
back
Eli
in
Roth.
September.
Yeah, Eli Roth complimented Jeff on his depth of knowledge of
And
film.
you would think he's an idiot, but the guy was brilliant.
He was.
Right.
He really was.
He was. I so underrated him in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I talked about him in glorious form to anyone that would mention his name.
Yeah.
And said, you besmirch his name, I will hurt you.
He had the most obscure knowledge reference of things that very few people on the planet
Yeah, I
knew
was gonna
about.
say that, yeah.
That I mean, every night I'd be on the phone, like I was on the Twitter Spaces with people all over the world, and they made some movie reference, and I was like, hold on, and I called them. I go, Jeff, oh, you mean that scene in blah 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 blah? Thank you, and went back to it. And they're like, how did you know that? I go, well, I know this guy.
Phone a friend.
Who's like the Rain Man of like useless knowledge.
And the funny thing is, we crossed paths in Southie way back in the day.
Yeah, at the
'Cause he hung
Q?
out at the Quencher Tavern.
Right.
And then I come over here and we're doing stuff over here one day in the studio, and who comes walking by? And I'm like, I know this dude.
Yeah.
So but I never knew he was from this area.
Yeah.
So live and learn. And I used to drop him off after the show every week at his house, and we would talk then, and we got to know each other pretty well. But it's we miss him.
He was great. I miss him all the time.
Yeah, we missed you.
As soon as I heard from TC, I posted immediately of a few photos of him. And
Well, you went on, like we said earlier, you went on many adventures and quests.
Oh, yeah, no,
with
we-
him over 20 years.
oh yeah, easy.
I mean,
Me, him, Donnie was there.
oh yeah, Signature Boy Donnie.
Signature Boy, and of course Bull. We went into the candy shop in New York, and we went to the Lego store, and oh my God, it was fantastic.
You should show him the collage we had made. Do you have it down here?
I do not have. I'll send him a picture of it. Yeah,
Oh, I think he did send me a picture of it.
yeah. It was that we. Ricky Bittman had a friend that made the collage, and we brought it to the funeral, and it was just awesome. I mean, I'm looking because every picture, either me or you took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it. I go, I know the story on this one and that one and
You just
whatnot.
pull him out.
Like I was not there, but you got the one that one of the pictures that he loved the most was the one where he met the dude from the Warriors. Come out and play.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't realize how small that guy was.
Yeah, he's got 3 names.
It is. I think it's David Patrick Kelly.
Exactly.
Wow.
And he played Luther. He played Luther in 2 movies, in Warriors and 48 Hours.
Yeah,
48
It was the
Hours.
same person. Speaking of the Warriors,
I asked him, why do you have 3 first names? And he would not answer me, but he took a picture with me.
Speaking of the Warriors,
I saw.
this past weekend I went to a Warriors convention, but the highlight of that is I became an honorary member of the Orphans.
Now, does everybody get this? Or
No,
how did this go down?
You can't when you join the orphans.
Because
Did you wear your overalls?
No, that's not the Orphans. The Orphans had the green shirts.
Oh, that's right.
The
Sorry.
overalls were
It's been a while since I've
the
seen
overalls were the punks.
the punks. I got my gangs.
In the subway.
So how I got talking to Patchy Ramos, who played his credit in the movie was Orphan Number 2, but he was the guy with the huge fro that says they write about our raids in the papers,
And he pulled out the paperclip and, you know.
and he showed it to him, and we started talking, and come to find out he went to college up here in this area after the Warriors, and he lived in Andover.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, and I
Ritzy
was-
titsy.
and I was
Off
like,
Route 2.
I was like, did you know Jay Leno? And he goes, no, he was gone by then. But you're the first person that ever made that connection.
Wow.
And then he was like, then he asked me, you ever been to Kitty's restaurant? I go, yeah, the one in North Reading on the Andover line. He goes, I used to go there all the time.
Oh, Jesus. I haven't heard of that
We're
place,
like,
yeah.
we're like connected.
Wow.
And he asked me my name, and I said to TC, and he goes, yo, TC, honorary member of the Orphans.
Okay, I take it back. That's pretty
Wow.
impressive.
So I'm like, hey, you see what you get when you
Now, if I flew down a week earlier, I might have gotten
You could have been
I could have been privy to that.
you could have been honorary member of the Orphans as well.
Number 2.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Honorary member number 2.
That would have been cool.
Wouldn't it be awful if they try to remake that?
Well, I
can't.
thought about remake. No, there's a subject. Who could you recast?
Ooh,
Nowadays?
good question.
I already know who
I don't
I would
even
pick.
know anybody
I
else.
already know who I would pick as Mercy.
Okay, let's go with the females first.
Well, there's only one, but
Well, the Lizzies.
okay. If I was booking the movie right now, I would cast Emmy Rossum from Shameless as Mercy.
There you go.
That's a good hit.
She looks just like her.
Does look very
She doesn't look
similar.
just like her, but she has the same.
Yeah, she got to fluff her hair a little bit.
And she has the dark circles under the eyes and whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Good
who-
call, TC.
And I even told Mercy that.
Yeah.
The chick who played Mercy, Deborah Von Valkenburg, at the show. And she goes, she like rubbed her chin. She goes, the girl from Shameless? I never thought of that. So if they do this and she's taking claim, bullshit. I did it
Yeah,
first.
Rasamoju.
we have it. It's on record right now.
And
Her
for
last movie tanked. So.
and for Cyrus,
Oh, yes.
I would have. I'm going to off the
Go
script
ahead.
here.
I was going to ask Swan, but go Cyrus.
The Rock, because he's only in it for 5 minutes.
That's true, and he gets killed. I'd love
Yeah.
to see The Rock die.
See, him and I are always agreeing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right, so
I didn't mean to
No,
take
I
your
always
thunder.
agree with you when it comes to that subject.
So we're back to Mercy. Who would you cast as Mercy?
Mercy. Look who just came through that door.
It's a good call. There's quite a few. There's a female of the adult industry that could.
Who would
play
that
it.
be? Who would that be? It's got to be young. It can't be anybody old.
She's young. She's young. I'm trying to think of her name. It's coming to me. Begins with the last name begins with an R. It's right there. It's not Rossellini. It's
See, I'm not up on the new generation.
Riley.
no, it's not Riley. She's been around for just about 5 years.
Okay, I don't even know who she is.
Okay, I don't either. I can't. Well, I know who. I just can't think of the name right now. I'll pass and come back to it. It'll come
Okay,
to me.
you can look it up and find out. Who
Oh,
it
that's
is.
true. I can.
Betty Redcock.
No.
Nah, she's retired. She went out.
I
with,
don't even know. I don't know enough.
She went
young
out with
actors.
asshole Annie.
God,
I don't know enough talent these days to do that. I couldn't do it.
really? Okay.
I'd have to put like the cast of The Big Bang Theory because I'm binging that series.
You
still.
want to have Kaylee Cuoco as Mercy?
Yeah. She would be good. I'd put her in that. She's tough.
She's a tough chick.
Yeah. She was on that show.
Yeah, but she dyed her hair black. You could always put Miley Cyrus because she looks a little aged now with all the drugs she's been doing and cigarettes,
And she's tough too.
and she's tough.
she could break a beer
And
bottle
she-
over her own
and
head.
the chest size is about the same.
Which is all tatted up.
Which is nice sometimes.
Yeah, but she, she wasn't really undressed in the movie.
Yeah, but she's tatted up everywhere.
Yeah, she is. She got a lot of tattoos.
I mean,
They
Mercy,
have makeup.
They're looking for a girl in a pink top
Yeah.
True that.
until she stole the jacket.
Now, who would be the mouth talking into the microphone?
Oh,
that would be. It can't be Nell Carter.
Michelle
Sorry.
Obama? Those big choppers.
No, it has to be a woman.
have you seen her podcast with her brother that no one knew about?
Yeah, exactly.
It looks just like her.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Twin
Because they
brothers.
were twins.
Okay, that's a good thing. That was the Carmen San Diego woman. Oh God,
She was in a bunch of stuff.
she was in the movie Lean on Me.
Yes,
She was the one giving
giving him the hard time.
the shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob.
Who could play that role? That would be. Who's the chick from True Blood, the vampire TV series?
I have no idea.
Yes, you don't know.
Okay, so you don't know her.
Don't
I
watch
can't,
any
I
of
can't
this
think of a
stuff.
name. I mean, we were on the set at the WB. I thought you might have looked it up.
You know how many years ago that was?
Yes.
But that was our private tour of Warner Brothers Studios.
I bet.
By the way.
Yes, it was very private, and we appreciate it still to this day.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was
good.
it was actually a really good
You
tour.
almost cried when you saw the Batman steps or
I
whatever.
did.
He
I
did.
did.
He was like ready to go up there and kiss the ground like the Pope
Batman.
when he gets
Yeah.
off the plane.
Hey, I like Batman.
So does Quincy.
Yeah.
And
I gotta make a note.
if they ever
so I
did a
gotta tell you
Spider-Man
something.
thing, I would have cried too.
So the Lips and the Warriors. Who would be the Lips and the Warriors?
Damn it.
I can't. So I don't know her name. So it would go. Who would be the Lips? I'm gonna have to look it up.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Not unless she gets a good tan.
While he's looking that up, you know what I wanted to mention to you, Quincy?
What's that?
On YouTube, full episodes of The White Shadow.
No.
That is so awesome.
Look them up. I'm going to watch the first one. I saved the first one. You know how you do your Batcast show?
Right?
Why don't we just, Howard, do like something different one night and you watch an episode of The White Shadow? Or I could do that with you.
You could do
Ken
it.
Howard. Ken Howard, great
Yeah.
coach.
He's dead.
Played for the Chicago Bulls.
He's
Yeah,
dead.
but I
Ken
can
Howard.
sort of like do some of Ken Howard's clips from The White Shadow.
And he was in Rambo 4.
That's right.
He was.
And he was in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He had some roles in that. But do you think Howard would allow me to use that format? And
I believe so. I
Quincy
believe
and I
so.
could watch
Yeah,
an
yeah.
episode of The White Shadow.
It could be Bittman and Briscoe and the White Shadow.
Yeah. And we'll wear basketball. Well, you won't have to wear it, but you won't have to wear your hat. You
Yeah,
could be a
exactly.
different guy.
You
We're
give
just
him a
talking
whistle.
White Shadow. Yeah, we're gonna get your whistle.
The thing, like
Every time he blows a whistle on the show, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah. Well, the thing I loved about The White Shadow, it's like the opening, it's like he loved the game of basketball, so someone hired him to be a basketball coach, and he did it for the love of the game. So he did it like in a ghetto high school. I know the word ghetto is tough, but that's just how the show was written. And,
Speaking of ghetto basketball,
Yeah.
right?
did you know that Qwest over here, many, many years ago, used to play basketball with the Wahlbergs?
Really?
Yep.
And
Well, just one.
Which one?
He was the leader of the Funky Bunch.
Maki?
Dirk Diggler?
Dirk Diggler himself.
No, was
the-
he a bastard? Was he like a real mean kid?
and did you win?
He was very. Let's just say he had an attitude.
Yeah.
And he was really, really fast.
Yeah.
Super fast and a lefty.
Yeah.
But if he didn't get a breakaway, he wasn't going to score. He couldn't do much else. He hated me because I kept shooting over him because he was short.
It's funny. I was at a party when I was a young kid in Dorchester. This family called the Conways. And I can't remember the street they lived on, but the parents were away, so they're throwing a house party. And it was my buddy Eddie and a couple of his brothers, and they had young sisters. One of the young sisters, and they had one above ground pool.
Was this Eddie Evil like we talked about earlier?
No. He's actually a priest now. So there.
Another evil Eddie.
Yeah.
Fright Night.
That was Evil Ed.
That's right.
That was evil Ed.
right.
But anyway, his younger sister wanted to leave, and he goes, "Where are you going?" She goes, "I'm going over so and so's." He goes, "You're not going over there." Now this is before they were a household name. I put it all together afterwards, and he goes, "Is Maki home?" And she goes, "Yeah, he just came home. That's why everyone's going over there." He goes, "You're not going over there." And I remember someone saying, "Where does she want to go?" She goes, "The Wahlburgers." Wahlbergs, not the Wahlburgers.
They're going to
but
go have a hamburger? Yeah.
yeah, but it's like even back then, like even people in Dorchester, like, no, you're not going over there.
Scum.
I'm in charge of everybody this week, and he said to his little sister, "You're not going over the Wahlbergs."
Why? What was so wrong with the Wahlbergs?
He was a punk.
He was a punk.
Yeah, he said, "Is Maki going to be there?" Didn't say like the other ones. He said him specifically. And when he found out, I guess he said he's just got home, meaning he got out of juvie.
And
or
the worst
something
part
like that.
was his younger brother, Donnie's worse.
Is he really?
Really.
See, you would know these things.
He tortured me.
Why would he?
Now-
I thought he was the nice one.
You would think.
This pisses me off. Someone torturing you, I don't like it.
Yes. Well, no, of course not. It's not you. So
I tease you. I don't know.
here's a quick story that I'll bring as fast as I can. There was a female. If anyone can.
Was it Jenny McCarthy?
No.
Oh, all right.
No.
That would have been something.
Her name was Delaney. If you could look at the old videos, there's 2 versions of the Please Don't Go Girl video they made for the New Kids on the Block.
Okay.
And the one with the subway with the light-skinned black woman,
Yeah.
she was my girlfriend at the time.
Oh.
Now, there's Danny Wood, who is the least known, besides Jonathan Knight.
Okay.
Danny Wood stole her from me.
Okay.
Convinced her to be in the video and kind of coerced her, and I ended up losing her.
Sounds like a song. Ended up losing her that they was saying.
And she was starstruck, so okay. And he's like 5'4", so he's short too.
Well, that's why they're the New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
They were, and there was a club that got closed down many years ago here called the Palace.
Yep.
Oh,
Officers
God.
Club, whatever. And they used to go there. Danny would show up in his fancy yellow Corvette or whatever it was, and Donnie would be there, and sometimes the others would show up, but not all 5 at the same time. And Marky was an original member, but went out on his own.
Yeah.
And they were in the club, and Donnie, with his little ponytail, there were stages. There was a stage. It was probably about 3 feet off the floor. And everybody would go up there when they did like lip sync contest or dance contest or whatever. And you could dance on it when there was no contest. So everybody would be up there dancing. And I had some rhythm. I would go up there and dance. I was a break dancer for years, and I started to learn
Electric Boogalooing.
I did it, yes. I am not Ozone or Turbo, but I was decent. And I was up there dancing because I knew all the other dances too, because I just liked it. And I can't outdance Quincy still.
No one can.
He's a machine.
Danny Terrio is jealous of Quincy.
Yes. Now, I was on the stage, and Donnie was below me, and he kept yelling.
You said that kind of fast. You know what that sounded like?
Donnie was below me.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, I did say that rather quick. He was on the floor while I was on the speaker. And he kept yelling up, Danny, got your girlfriend.
Oh, what a
And
prick.
I'm like, do you not understand what I could do to you?
Yeah.
Now, I'm fresh out of 6 years of jiu-jitsu. Ooh. I just started doing some stuff wrestling that you like. And I also, well, of course, I love. And I was boxing. So
Oranges or bananas?
both.
Okay.
So I had a couple aperitifs in my system, which are before dinner drinks, and I should have ate first, and I didn't. So I was a little woozy, and I was getting quite angry, and he just kept coming by. He did it a couple times, and then it was one point I just said, enough's enough, and I was a fan of Spider-Man, so I jumped off the stage. In mid-flight, I felt like, what was it? The Roman Superman punch, Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And I hit him on the way down right in the side of his jaw.
Good.
And it was a glancing blow, but it was enough to throw him to the floor. And I got yelled at because not a lot of people know that Jordan and Jonathan are my cousins from the New Kids on the Block.
Wow.
And
now you just dropped that bomb out of nowhere.
I did not know that. I've known you forever.
Not many people know because we are very estranged.
Okay.
And
No, that's him.
yeah, well, that's definitely something strange. So they came over screaming at me, and that's the last day that Jordan spoke to me. And which is fine. I mean, I get it. They were on a whirlwind thing.
How are you related? Let's get into this.
There's a it's not like we're close.
It's not like your mothers were sisters or anything.
No. We're further back than that. But I did call his mom auntie, and it was way back. So that's that, and I kind of, I grew up around here, but I frequented Boston because I played 2 years semi-pro in Boston for basketball, and I was in Cambridge a lot because there was a lot of talent out there, and I played with Patrick Ewing as well. One game.
Wasn't he on Dallas?
Not quite. Close. They look similar.
JR.
A little shorter.
He knows those directors, but he doesn't know Patrick.
Yes. Yes.
We all have our areas.
Yeah.
Well, you think Milton Igley is a bigger name than Patrick
And if
Ewing?
anybody's an NBA freak or Boston legend or Michigan legend, Ramil Robinson played in the NBA.
Okay.
He was on my team.
Wow.
All I did was throw the ball in the air and he would dunk it.
I bet.
He's like the chief in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jump up and put her in the basket.
Well, he could jump and he was 6'1". He could get
Oh,
up
the
there.
chief was a little taller.
Yeah.
This is amazing stuff here.
I did not know. I've known Qwest since the late 80s, early 90s.
Yes.
And I had no friggin' clue that you were related by blood to the New Kids on the Block.
Not a lot of people do.
Do they say, hey, I'm related to Qwest?
Oh, I'm sure they have.
They do?
Hey, I see him on Access Television while we're in Japan. Sure.
Now, is this why you hate the Celtics so much? I mean,
I do not hate the Celtics. I
you just like the Lakers more.
Yes, because I had a quick story, just so you know, because I might as well spill all the beans.
Oh, I was there to witness when we were in L.A., we had to go to the Staples Center.
I bet you did.
And he took more pictures there than I did in front of Marty McFly's house, all right?
That is true.
Let's just put it that way. You taking a picture with that guy. What was his name?
Magic Johnson.
Chink, whatever.
You had your pictures taken with Magic Johnson?
No, that's statues.
statues.
Oh, I was going to say, Jesus.
Chick Hearn, who was sitting at the table, a great announcer. I had to sit with him and take pictures. And, thankfully, TC took the photos.
It was. We went there. It was a for Los Angeles, cold day.
Yes.
And there were just statues and homeless people.
Yeah, there was no one there.
And tents as far as the eye could see.
And we just pulled right over. We didn't, find a parking spot. We just pulled right over and jumped out, took pictures, and left.
We had to keep the car running, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Our good friend Patrick Shea, the guy who owns all the time machines, he goes, I ain't getting out. And he just left the car running.
Yes.
And so when you guys are ready, just jump back in so we can get out of
we
here.
did. So quick story, the Celtics thing. My friend, childhood friend from way back, I'll give him a shout out, Kyle Crosby, grew up in the city down here next to us.
Okay.
And we lived like maybe 8 inches apart. Grew up in the projects, and they had 4 homes in one house.
Did you have a good time?
We had a great time. Okay. And we saw a lot of white shadows in that neighborhood. So one day we're going out. The whole neighborhood was dressed in green. This is in the mid 80s.
Oh, dear God. Yep.
And we just said, as a joke, because I was a big Magic Johnson fan.
Sure.
I loved Michigan State Spartans. He was, he got them there to the title and whatever.
Understand.
And I was a fan of his, and I went and bought his Converse sneakers. So, and we, Converse was in the city, so I went to the factory and I bought them. And I really liked them because I was a basketball player. And we stood outside and said, hey, as a joke, let's say we like the Lakers. And he was like, should we do that? You serious? I was like, just for a day or two, just to see what people think. Because I got the sneakers. I'm playing the role.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, let's do it. And we were walking around, and he found a purple shirt, and he was wearing it.
In the mid 80s, I mean, this takes enormous balls.
Yes. This
is like the Crips and the Bloods.
Big time. Yeah.
This is like when Serrano was rounding the bases, and he told his little Japanese friend, oh, dude. So we
just a
walked
little
around.
outside.
Yeah. We walked around the neighborhood, and everyone was like getting pissed at us. Why are you wearing purple? Why? Lakers are going to beat you. Oof. And that was the year. That was 85, or was it 84? 84, I believe. And the Celtics did win.
Yeah.
But in 85, the Celtics did lose.
Yeah.
And that was the year I bought the full outfit. Because after about 3 weeks, we said to each other, are we still joking or are we really fans? And I was like, I kind of like them. Yeah. Showtime, baby. And I was, I'm a little out there, my personality, so that kind of fit more with the...
I get it.
But I'm a huge, and I'm never going to deny it, a huge fan of Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Greatest shooter ever on the planet. I don't care about Steph Curry.
No, that'll be Haku.
Haku's a great shooter.
And it's the series that's on right now on HBO Max, the Celtics, the 4-parts Celtic City, I think they call it. Great.
City.
They're just getting into the Larry Bird era right now. Of course, now I'm saving
Did you see
everyone.
the Lakers one, the Showtime show?
No, but you know what? I'm seeing
it was
clips
really
of,
good, but
I'm
they
seeing
ended
clips,
it way too fast.
I'm seeing clips of it, and I'm going, shit, what is this? And then I realized
Season
what it
1 was great.
And then I said, wait a minute, this is the series that was on Showtime, and they canceled it. And I was so pissed because I'm looking at it going, this would have been awesome to watch.
I was waiting for the next season, and then they said, no, it's over. What do you
to-
mean you left on a cliffhanger?
Welcome to WEEI, the sports talk.
Yeah.
No, well, it's just we always tease each other.
I know because you're a huge Celtics fan. He's a big Lakers fan.
But you know what? I'm bigger than a Celtics fan. I'm a LeBron hater.
And as well as a Laker fan, I am a LeBron hater.
do you know
You
who
do,
the,
and
you know who the
that-
number
that's-
one Laker fan that I know is?
I know. Lisa Ann.
Other than her.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's a Cowboys fan too.
Woo!
Oh, Ric Flair.
Ric
yeah.
Flair.
Oh, he is. I did
And
not
you know
know
who
that.
was who was the number one Celtics fan back in the 80s?
Who?
Dusty
Dusty
Rhodes.
Rhodes.
I could see that.
So they used to actually have a friendly in-house feud.
I knew Dusty. I did not know Ric Flair.
Oh,
was a
Ric
Laker
Flair was a
fan.
huge Lakers fan.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
So what do you think of
Jack
all this?
Nicholson's a great Laker fan.
What do you
That's
think of
true.
all this brawny stuff and Stephen A. Smith?
It's good to have family in the high places to get you in.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserved it, but he's getting there.
He is making some changes.
He is making some change, and he has improved a lot.
Yeah.
But I still don't think he deserves a spot there.
But none of these people are better than when the Harlem Globetrotters were on Gilligan's Island.
None of them, no, of course not.
And incredible how the Globetrotters made it to the island, and they had a professor who could build a radio out of coconuts, but couldn't build a boat
No.
and get off the island.
Well, they had to stay there. The professor wanted to stay on the island.
Okay, well, who was he hitting on?
Mary Ann, obviously.
Not Gilligan. I'm just clarification. These days, you got to be careful what you're saying.
Could have been Thurston.
You know,
He had the Bucks.
He did have the money.
He did have the money over there. That's fantastic.
Well, as long as we're going a quick walk down memory lane,
Sure, Quince.
how about rescue from Gilligan's Island? When they were rescued, went back to civilization. And the thing was, I guess they had problems adjusting, because things were all
that's-
different, and then so they were
Not like it used to be.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like they were walking through their roles up, and all they wanted was to have the skipper wanted everyone to sign the signature to pay for Medal 1. You had to pay for Medal 2, pay for Medal 1. It was the drama of the whole thing.
It was the drama. It was up there with like Lawrence of Arabia and
Terms of endearment.
Yo,
It's a real tear
Princess Bride.
Did I cry more at Terms of Endearment or Rescue from Gilligan's Island?
And the thing is, I
I'm
guess,
going with the latter.
I only cried when it was over.
and I guess after they finally got everything all straightened out, I don't know. Do you think the show should have ended when they were back to civilization, or then when they got sent back to the island?
I liked when they went back to the island.
Right.
You really think liked it better when they went back to the island?
Yeah.
I think they should have gone to the island, and Charles Bronson was there.
Yeah. Just killed them all.
Just blew them all away. And he says, now it's my island.
Until Chuck Norris came out of nowhere and took him down.
That's true.
There's no way Chuck Norris is going to beat Charles Bronson. I'm sorry.
Well, Chuck Norris would, he'd come at him like this, and
Yeah.
Charles would just.
Well, yeah, he's got those.
he would take out
357 mags.
Wildy's here and just blow away.
Wildy.
That is true.
Yeah.
If you're listening out there, Eric, we know that Charles Bronson could kick anybody's ass.
Yes.
Anybody's.
Yes.
Even Lawrence Fishburne, who was
Well, he was in part two.
part two.
He was.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of Charles Bronson,
Speaking
I
of
got to go to my copious notes here.
copious at the Copa,
I watched
Copacabana.
The Evil That Men Do.
the evil that men do.
And I got to tell you, that's a very strange film. It's about sort of like political torture. They hire this guy to play this. He's the doctor, and he tortures people.
Oh, thank
And-
God! I thought it was about trafficking. But go ahead.
No, it's vicious. But the doctor in it is, you're not a big Seinfeld guy. Do you watch Seinfeld?
I did.
Do you remember the drunk guy on the plane that had the dog, and Jerry got stuck with the dog?
Yes.
Okay, he was the villain in this, and it's
Oh,
just
okay.
a very bloody film.
What's the guy's name?
His name is Joseph Maher, Maher, no relation to Bill Maher.
Okay.
And I also watched Kinjite, which had a very young Nicole Eggert in it.
How old? I mean, Jesus, she's my age.
Yeah,
She was
very
hot.
yeah.
Was.
And she's dying now. She's got
Yeah.
like cancer or something.
And Juan Fernandez de Alarcon. If you Google him, you'll recognize him. He's been a villain.
He didn't
in a
play
lot of stuff.
Chongo on Danger Island, did
No,
he?
but he looked a little bit like him.
Okay.
But they interviewed him on This Week in Charles Bronson. The guy never shut up. For like the first 10 minutes of the podcast, all you hear is this guy talking.
Kind of like Quincy.
And you just couldn't get a word in. But I watched that. And at the very end of Kinjite, when they're putting this guy in the slammer and Charles Bronson is taking him down to his cell, they're showing all the inmates yelling at him because they're going to get him later because they know that he's a child molester and all this. And if you see a flash, Jeff would love this. Danny Trejo. Real quick. He's on
Really?
screen.
Yeah.
He's on screen for maybe 3 seconds.
Machete.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been watching a lot of Charles Bronson. Murphy's Law was a good one. And
Have you rewatched 10 to Midnight?
no, but that's up there. But you know what you got to watch out for? Tubi. Like all the Charles Bronson movies are coming down in like 6 days. I think 10 to Midnight's one of them. So
That's a great movie.
that is an excellent movie.
They even,
The only thing that haunted me was the very end when he was running up the street.
Yeah.
That
guy
bothered me
that guy
when I
was
first
creepy.
watched it.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
And
he was
the-
creepy from day one. Yeah.
And the thing he whacked it with, like, who buys that? I mean, Jesus. I mean, would you ever buy? I mean, really? Would you?
Well, that was the pre-fleshlight.
I guess so, but
It had to be.
But I'm just like it had like a bottle on it and stuff. I mean, what the hell was he doing?
Do you
with
know,
it?
Jeff texted me one night. He goes, whenever you hear that, he
Those
goes,
things don't work?
no, not about that.
I've tried them.
He goes, dude, is this real? I go, what? And he texted to me. It was a 10 to midnight lunchbox.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I was like,
I've actually Googled that. I can't
go,
find
it
that.
could be. I don't know. Maybe Eric Todd out there will finally have the answer.
That'd be the kid you wanted to steer clear of.
Was the 10 to midnight lunchbox from 83 or 4, whatever it was. Was that real?
It's possible. Jeff had a Salo lunchbox.
He did.
He had to sell a couple things.
What was in the thermos, though?
Urine.
Yeah. I had to go.
Ma, did you see my shit sandwich?
Well, look at me, those shit-eating videos.
I can't believe he tried to get me. Do you want a coffee? I'll make you two. No, Jeff, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll never forget. We were in New York, and we were right outside the building. Remember where Jerry Langford's building was?
Yes.
And De Niro kept running in and out of it? Yeah. Right around the corner from there, and in fact, I think you can see it in the movie, was an adult entertainment store. And down there, we had to kill time in between plays and whatnot. Dude, I really need some new spot. All right?
I used to stand outside and watch the door.
Yeah, right. You were the first one in there. And we brought Airwolf Chris with us down there for the first time. And we walked in there, we were killing time.
We have traumatized people.
I was going to say, he doesn't strike me as a person who
No,
frequents
no,
these
no, no,
places.
no, no,
so,
no, not at all.
And I don't even know him as well as you guys. I'm like, I don't see him in there.
And we go, he started looking around and he goes, what section is this? He grabbed it. It was the scat video.
Oh, dear God. Only in New York.
Well, yeah.
Or the Moonlight trailer.
Yes.
What was that place called?
Chelsea?
Yeah, it was across the street from King Arthur's.
Yes, it was Moonlight Video.
Moonlight Video. Yeah, it was an actual.
I heard. That's what I heard.
Please.
It was called.
You had a standing order there. What are you talking about? We went in there. It was on it was a trailer on stilts or something.
Yeah.
It looked like the channel. And
They had what was it? Pallets holding up the front end. The other end
dear
was
God.
held up.
It was
by
legit-
the metal stands that.
I'm getting depressed just hearing
So
it.
the
It was a
wheels
legit
came off and
trailer.
they put wheels there instead of a.
It was a legit,
Yeah.
like not just one trailer, like several trailers, like attached together. And this place, like After Hours, it never closed. And we were in there frequenting. You were looking for some of the latest hits.
Yes, the Rodney Moore specials.
Max Hardcore.
Oh yeah, no, a few of those.
I saw him get his ass kicked by a mutual friend of ours.
You did tell me that.
Yeah, out in Vegas.
I go in there looking for the dirty debutantes. I like Ed Powers.
Yeah, isn't
His
he like
ponytail.
Isn't he like 5'6"?
I don't remember. My Max Hardcore. Yeah, he was
he
a
was
tiny
tiny.
little fuck. He's dead.
Oh, fantastic! Well,
Yeah, the
sorry
world
to hear
is
that.
a better place without him.
Well, he had his own section in the
He did, 'cause he was
Moonlight Video
I think
trailer.
he put about 37 movies out in 4 days.
I tell you, me and my buddies rented one of those one time, and I think, it takes a lot to unnerve us, but we were all like, we don't like this one. And we just switched on to the next one. I think we went right over to Shave Tail.
Oh, did you go that one? Speaking of that, remember the place across the street, King Arthur's, I just made mention of
Yes.
it, is the only strip club ever that Bill Montana's, let's get the hell out of here.
Wow.
Because we were there at Perverts Row,
Yeah.
and of course, this woman came out on stage, and she had flies flying around her.
I thought you were going to say she was related to him.
No,
again.
no. That was only one time. And he just looked at me and goes, let's get the hell out of here. You know it's bad
Yes.
when Bill Montana gets sick to his stomach at a strip club.
Let's just say she did not flush.
Oh, dear Lord.
No. Or the time we went to the Squire, and this woman was up on stage doing the $20 pickup, and a dingleberry fell out and rolled across the stage. Oh. That's when half of the room got up and left.
I would not return to work. I would not want to be the janitor cleaning that up.
No. What are you looking for on your phone there?
I have to answer a text. Someone wants to know if I was with them when we went to see Spinal Tap at the Channel back in '84. And I said I was there, but I wasn't with him, and I didn't know he was there.
Okay.
And this is more important than the podcast right now?
Listen, I know who lives. I know who can play lips. Diamond Jackson.
Who?
Diamond Jackson.
Diamond Jackson.
Oh, you just come up with that now?
That's Diamond Jackson.
Yeah. Diamond Jackson could definitely do it.
Now, what does she do for a living? Sell insurance?
That.
Ooh. She makes dirty movies?
Show that to Quincy.
She is a...
Don't.
What do you think of that,
Quincy, don't tip over the table, all right?
Just don't tip over. And wait, how are you holding on to the...
He's
okay,
like,
never
remember
mind.
that scene in All the Right Moves, the Vooch in the beginning was lifting the desk up with his gimmick?
Yeah, I think Quincy's holding on with the gimmick.
No, it's funny you should say that because I saw that kid that played him
From Somerville.
at the Channel.
Yeah. He went to high school with my cousins.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw him
cool.
at the Channel.
I go, of all the people you went to high school with, couldn't you go with the one that I really wanted to meet?
Exactly,
but no,
yeah.
they didn't live in Minnesota at the time. I'm sorry.
She was naked in that movie.
Actually, I think they're doing it at midnight. I've never seen that on the big screen.
Really?
I may pull a Kenny that night like they did it with, what was that? I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, Jesus.
I just watched that 2 days ago in my hotel room up on Route 1.
The original? Or the new one?
The original.
Oh, my God.
What? No. What possessed you to watch that in your hotel room?
I don't know. I didn't know what to watch, and I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched maybe.
You know, what can I watch? The Goonies? I get it. I Spit on Your Grave.
No, I was watching. Actually, I was.
It's a movie you can look at your phone.
Are you
and
into
watch it.
the TV series Reacher?
I want to get into it. It's on Prime, right?
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I
Season
heard
3.
really good things about that. I got to start watching.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
But in season 3, there's a bigger dude.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's.
They
a
were
monster.
talking about him on this other podcast. They said the guy's an absolute beast.
Yeah, he's huge.
I got to see that.
He could put Braun Strowman to a test.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Wow. So I'm into that, and I was watching that, and I have not downloaded the entire season 3 yet, so I'm a binge watcher.
Yeah.
So
That's the way to do it.
I ran out of season 2, and I'm like, what can I put on to make me tired? Because I wanted to go to sleep, but
Gotcha.
I was jet lagged, so I had to.
I usually watch Bob Ross. That does the trick.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I Spit on Your Grave. That'll put me to sleep. Scare the shit out
yeah,
of
but
me.
I just wanted to make sure because I had it on my hard drive. And
I get you, man.
I was
You
like,
still
okay,
download stuff. You've always been the king of downloads.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew about LimeWire and Napster before anybody.
Yeah.
yes,
I mean, you've corrupted many of my own computers.
I probably have.
No, many of my own computers.
Kaza is the one that killed.
Oh,
your computer.
Kaza. I do remember that.
That killed everyone's computer.
Right.
was that?
It was,
It was-
one of those download gimmicks.
It was great. Kazaa. It was great in the beginning because they were super fast.
Yeah.
But someone got in there and started corrupting files.
Well, they,
Like a year later,
Movies or music?
everything.
Wow.
Everything. Movies, TV, anything you could find. And I did a lot of music because when I had my own show, I would steal, sound bites and everything from that because they were known for music mainly. And then I found the button on the bottom that said miscellaneous. You click that, and then these 3 letters came out that were, all the same.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, let's try that.
Yeah, and several of my Qwest. Why isn't my computer? I was using Kaza.
But I wasn't downloading it on his computer. It was already on my hard drive, but I was watching it on his computer.
Right.
And that got
Oh, the old days.
So
The
he
good old days.
infected the computers with Kaza.
I did. I
The
did. I
chance you
admit that
take
one.
when you go behind the curtain at the radio store.
Well, it was, a new thing, and I was super excited because I'm getting all the stuff for free because everyone's like, oh, you can buy this, you can buy that. It's like $1, that's $2, that's $5.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kaza, hello.
Yeah.
Free.
Friend of
And they're
mine
like,
does
no,
it.
you're going to end up paying for that eventually.
friend of mine used to be into that. It's a German torrent or something like that.
BitTorrents.
Yeah,
That's what I do now.
He would download
And I got a VPN so you can't hurt your computer.
Yeah, he knows all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he gave me the entire Roy Orbison box set that came out because I was like, man, it's like $90 or something like that. He goes, oh, when I see you again, I'll give it to you.
I just did the Queen discography and Earth, Wind, and Fire and Aerosmith.
Wow.
I just remember on LimeWire,
I don't
it
touch
would
LimeWire
take
no more.
forever. You see that taskbar, it would go zzz, and then stop at like 80% for like 3 days.
Yes. Because someone would try to lock it. until
Remember those
it went
days?
through another
Jesus.
system.
What do you think about that? That's only 20 years ago.
I know, and now everything is boom
Now
right there.
everything- you know,
And
you-
they now have Lime Torrents, not Lime Wire.
And you can find Backside to the Future in seconds.
I bet
Yes,
you
you
can.
can.
I'm not going to go do that though. I got enough trouble in my life.
Well, you have to look at the little gauge on the screen.
Oh,
That-
I'll look at little Gage. My little pal, Gage.
we won't get into that
I
story.
like Gage though. She was nice.
Did you ever see that scene in the mechanic shop? It was her and some redheaded girl in 75 Mechanics.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Oh,
I just
look that
remember
up.
when she was the babysitter and
That idiot that she
on
was
the
always
couch.
with.
Yeah, the idiot that she was always with, and she did the couch scene.
Was that the guy with the long hair? He looked like
Yeah.
Yes.
That was her fiance.
Yeah.
for a
Yes,
while.
it was her
Yeah.
fiance.
Yeah.
They broke
but
up.
he played the why you here? I'm babysitting. And well, I'm the older brother.
They were from Arkansas.
Yeah. Oh, she was. She's a good Southern girl.
She had guns and everything.
Yeah,
she did.
She's a right-minded girl.
Yes, she knew exactly what she wanted, even with those divots in her cheeks.
But I feel really bad for her. She tried to.
Why is that? Why do you feel bad for Gage?
Well, she took all the classes to become like an X-ray technician or something like
Well,
that.
she had the X ready.
Well, she was
Yeah.
working in a hospital, and somebody
was
found
trying-
out, and
yeah,
they.
she got
Someone
degree.
ratted her out.
You know who was on Facebook? Do you remember Shane? Remember Shane's World? Shane. and
Yes,
Seymour?
Seymour Butts.
She is on Facebook, and she still.
I heard. I did not know this specifically.
She still looks good.
Yeah, Shane looks awesome.
I was at a party with Seymour Buds.
You told me that.
Yeah,
You
many
did.
times out in
Yes.
Vegas.
But I'll tell
Was
you. right
Haley
now.
there?
Well, she may have left the room, but the remnants was still there because they drooped so long. Well,
True. Just leaving lines dragging.
even Ron Jeremy didn't want anything to do
I
with
heard.
that.
That's
you know
very
you're
sad.
bad when Ron Jeremy rejects
That's true.
you.
Now look at.
He did himself.
Haley or myself. You know what? I'm gonna have to go myself this time.
You remember what she looked like, right?
Who's that?
That's Shane.
That's Shane. Okay,
Nowadays.
Shane
Show
from
that to
Seymour
Qwest.
Butts.
she looks a little rough.
Well, but I mean,
Well, she's probably 50s now.
yeah, she doesn't look like she was.
What is she drinking there?
And
What is
she
it?
went through the
She's into health
industry.
food right now. That's her
She
thing.
went through the industry, so she's not going to look perfect.
She sold everything and then just opened up. But she's kind of like, I don't know. She's got some issues, I think.
Really, she's got some
Well,
issues.
she was engaged, I guess, to.
I mean, she doesn't look
yeah,
bad.
she looks a little rough, but she looks very similar.
Yeah.
My favorite scene was on the fire truck when she
Oh, in
went
New
to
York
visit,
City.
trying to get warm and get coffee.
She was one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. She had a spirit, I'll tell you. She was a party in a box, I'll tell
She
you that
was.
much.
No, you can buy those now. The flashlights.
No, one of my favorites was, and you referenced her,
I'm sure I have.
Penny Flame.
Oh, Penny-
Jennifer.
She's now
on
like
Surreal Life.
No, you know what she does now? I actually correspond with her.
Yes,
she
you
does.
told me. That's why I said
she
you
does.
referenced.
She's married now with kids and whatnot.
Awesome.
And she's on Instagram talking about anxiety and depression and all that other stuff. She's very knowledgeable to stuff, and she
Yeah.
still looks the same.
No, she was super smart. She was doing the same thing.
Right.
As Gage, she was, trying to get a degree in something. Ended up getting into the industry because she needed money fast, and someone got her into it. And then all of a sudden, they were forcing drugs on her. And,
yeah.
and she couldn't get out. And then she went on Surreal Life, and that was her awakening. She's now, I'm Jennifer. I don't go by that name
Yeah,
anymore.
Jennifer Ketchum is her name.
Yeah, and she just got rid of it, and she totally, like, cold turkey stopped smoking. Well, she kept smoking, but cold turkey, like when someone does,
She did a
that's
great
what she
scene
did with porn.
Remember, she did a great scene with that little redhead Danny Woodward.
Oh, Danny.
Oh, I love Danny Woodward.
She was a cutie.
Those ones I don't know.
This is like 20 years.
Yeah, no, I know a couple, but I mean.
You see, like when I used to call Jeff about obscure references.
Oh, yeah, I know.
If I need like, what movie from like 1987 was blah, 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 and I call him, oh, yeah, that was, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you're right, yeah. It was.
We all have our areas of expertise.
Yes. It seems like everybody I know has it in multimedia, but different facets.
That's right.
Yes.
You have the music.
Yeah.
Jeff had the obscure whatevers, and Qwest over here has the movies behind the beads.
I was revisiting some jukeboxes. I said, I really missed that, doing that. That's a bummer. They took that away from me.
Well,
Get the licensing for all those songs. I don't know. I just keep
Well, I don't
thinking
think
that
we can
someday
get
they're
that.
going to say, you know what, we're going to go back. We're going to allow you to use the libraries. Everything will go back the way it was, but I don't see it happening.
why don't you just go rifle their room?
Huh?
Spray there, go find them and
Whatever
spray
happened to
them.
that Kung Fu theater show that was on over here?
YouTube pull it off the air.
Dang
Yeah.
it.
we have done 2 episodes, because apparently the
I
movie.
love that show. I watched that religiously.
I'm telling you, I looked it up and it said the movie was public domain. That's the movie I did for my second episode.
Yes.
And then beautiful opening credits and everything. They pulled the plug on it. It is available on that Vimeo.
Vimeo, yeah. You can
get it.
search
I have
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
You
Yeah.
can search Ricky Bittman's Kung Fu
Look,
Theater.
the second episode, and it's really good. The opening credits, TC and his guys put on it, unbelievable. I mean, it is. It's great.
I
They've done-
enjoyed that, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing it because, I mean, I would have to watch these movies twice and take notes the second time, and just so I could basically just fill in the story so I would just show you the fights.
He was the Kung Fu Svengoolie.
Five Fists of Fury, remember?
I remember editing that, yeah.
great.
And our good friend Doug Palumbo loved that
He
show.
did. It was one of his
I was
favorites.
just in New Hampshire today, and there was a cottage named Five Fingers.
Five Fingers of Death.
Yeah.
Just making sure I still have the 5 fingers on, yeah. Quincy, it's about that time. Wrap up the show, buddy.
Well, first of all, I want to thank a very special guest for coming down. I think he deserves a big round of applause.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Always good to see
Great
him.
to be back on the east side,
Yeah, I bet.
or as I call it, the left coast.
So we hope you enjoy what you're doing out where you live now. Please have a very safe flight back. And as I
Couple
always
more
say,
days.
but we're going to say to the people fly the plane, don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Don't
But
drink
as-
and fly, you mean.
Don't drink and fly. But as I always conclude our shows, to sound like bring back the way it should be.
Easy for you to say.
Well, that's the way
getting there.
that entertainment show should. Please drive home carefully. And remember, we never close.